Jetliner travel is incredibly risk-free, but the reliability of air travel was only made possible by the important safety advancements brought about by earlier tragedies. These 5 infamous airline catastrophes, which range from midair collisions to onboard fires and a tired fuselage that turned a jet into a high-altitude convertible, led to significant technological advancements in flight safety that continue to maintain air travel commonplace today. Before starting, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. So let's start. Number 5. American Airlines Flight 587. A plane crash occurred in New York just a few months after the 9/11 terrorist attacks, which left America in ruins and startled the entire globe. After American Airlines Flight 191, it is the second worst aviation accident in American history, killing all 260 on board and 5 people on the ground. Fears of a further terrorist strike were widespread because of how close it was to 9/11. Investigations, however, showed that the real culprit was a pilot error. In the wake of the turbulence, the rudder of the aircraft was abused. The plane's engines then caught fire as a result, leading it to crash into a portion of Queens. Number 4. China Airlines Flight 140. China Airlines Flight 140 ran into problems when the first officer on board unintentionally pressed the takeoff/go round button moments before the plane was scheduled to land in Nagoya, Japan, and from Chiang Kai-shek International Airport in Taiwan. Due to the altered throttle position, the Airbus A320B46-122R had issues. The autopilot interfered with the pilot's attempts to correct the situation, which quickly deteriorated. Of the 271 people on board, 264 perished in the plane's last crash when it started to severely lose speed and stall. It is still the greatest aviation accident China Airlines has ever experienced, and it is the second worst crash to ever occur on Japanese land. Number 3. Japan Airlines Flight 123. Japan Airlines Flight 123, the worst single-plane accident to date, took off from Tokyo's Haneda Airport on its way to Osaka, only to crash into a mountainous terrain close to Mount Takamagahara to the northwest of the city. The aircraft experienced catastrophic decompression 12 minutes after takeoff, which ultimately caused the loss of its hydraulic system and rudder. The pilots were essentially powerless to handle the crippled craft as a result of that lethal combination, but that doesn't mean they didn't make an effort. In a truly courageous attempt, the crew fought for another hour and a half to keep the plane and its occupants alive. Eventually, the jet sadly crashed, killing all 520 passengers and leaving only 4 alive. Number 2. The New York collision. A few years after the Grand Canyon collision and decades before 9/11, one of the worst wrecks of the 1960s shook New York. All 128 passengers and 6 personnel on the ground perished in the collision between a United Airlines Douglas DC-8 and a Transworld Airlines Lockheed L-1049 on December 16, 1960. Idlewild Airport, now JFK International Airport, served as the launch pad for both aircraft. Additionally, there was a large amount of collateral damage. A funeral home, a laundromat, and the Pillar of Fire Church were among the numerous structures that were destroyed. Additionally, this was the first crash where a significant portion of the post-crash inquiry involved black box analysis. United Flight 826 exceeded its clearance restriction in part because of its high rate of speed, which was a contributing factor. Number 1. A Grand Canyon midair collision. By the 1950s, only the wealthy and influential could afford to travel by plane. The decade also regrettably witnessed one of the earliest catastrophic plane crashes of the era, as well as the beginning of affordable commercial air travel as we now know it. Above Arizona's Grand Canyon National Park on June 30, 1956, a United Airlines Douglas DC-7 and a Transworld Airlines Lockheed L-1049 collided. Both flights, Flight 2 to Kansas City and Flight 718 to Chicago, had departed LAX a few minutes apart. All 128 passengers and crew members on board both flights perished in the collision. In addition, it led to the Federal Aviation Agency's founding and a substantial program of air traffic control system improvements in the United States. This is it for today's video. What do you think of our video? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. Thanks for watching.